Prologue. This is the truth. The sound was the equivalent of a fine china dish wrapped in suet being smashed with a single-caliber pistol shot. The scream that followed was one that could tear the flesh off of a face. The fight that followed was fists wrapped around pipes, connecting with weak facial features and twisting them until they inevitably broke. Bodies hit the floor. Moments pass, and a single rope is untethered. Another body hits the floor, where it bleeds like a pomegranate in a vice. A man, nearly unscathed, whispers into the body's ear that everything will be fine, and that somehow they will make it. The ear is dead. The head is only half there. The body is dead but warm. The blood will not stop flowing. The nearly unscathed man stands amidst the destroyed body of his colleague, whispers more unheard promises, and runs. Hollow footfalls echo down the dimly lit hallway. Minutes pass. Blood begins to coagulate. Fingerprints and fibers refuse to disappear. Pay attention to the cracked streets and the broken homes. Some call it the slums, some call it nice. I want to take you through a wasteland I'd like to call my home. Welcome to paradise. Green Day. Chapter 1. This drive was meant to kill me. That in mind, it probably would have been a smarter idea to boost a car without a seatbelt and 6 airbags. Instead, I pass effortlessly over empty highways in the dead of night, taking pulls from whatever bottle my hand connects with first. I know the going opinion on pain in life. Life is pain. You need to get through the bad to find the good. Load of bullshit. Unless there's a heaven, I don't know when this good is supposed to sweep down and embrace me. There are no downy wings, there are no fluffy clouds, no silver lining. The fact is, we all collapse beneath our own misery at some point or another. Some of us are just bred to suffer more and to suffer longer. Does that mean we can take more of the pain and power through? Probably not. But there's definitely an inner tenacity. A huge boxer of an emotion yelling, "Hit me! Go on and hit me again, harder!" in a way that does not border on the frustrating, but which smashes that border like so many bricks. Smashes it to pieces and charges through the rubble at you whenever your attempts at anything fail. It is not karmic. Don't talk to me about what goes around and comes around. I've been going around for a long time. I spin around over again and have never felt a warm breeze of contentment lighten my load. It was brutish when I started and has been relentless ever since. I make my way down this road, 4 days of deprivation blasting through state after state, the radio blaring commercials with an occasional song I'm supposed to remember from the good old days. I can hardly hear the music and can hardly see the road. There are empty bottles of booze on the back seat, some of them busted and broken. A few shards sit on the front seat. They are smeared with blood. My fingerprints. Everything has my prints on it. Everything seems to have my prints on them these days. It's why I'm going to die. The sun has an hour to start turning off the street lamps as I feel the kick of busted pavement under the tires and become aware of the bridge. I feel myself smile warily, tired, washed out and up. My foot pushes down on the gas and the car screams where once it may have growled. It is an extension of the pain. It shuttles me over the river, a lone figure arriving harshly into the city where I will probably die. A city whose name does not matter, whose founders welcome me with a large tattooed sign. A city that only a glance tells me is struggling in the same way I am. Death. Slow or fast, it finds us. Or we hit it. Death appears then in front of me as my chariot leaps across the bridge that spans the dark and fast river, dispersing the illusion of orderliness. Death appears as an immobile facade 3 blocks away and closing fast. The building is resolute. It knows the outcome of my game of chicken. Neither the car nor the building is planning on moving. And there, in the early morning hours, they meet. Chapter 2. We sit uncomfortably on molded plastic chairs in a clinic waiting room. We are surrounded by women of all ages, shapes, and sizes. The younger they are, the more frightened they look. I've noticed this before. I've noticed the vague shrugness of the older, thinner women, the way they scratch their thin arms to rid themselves of an itch that won't go away. They are hardly there except to scratch and run their hands across their often acneed faces and through their matted hair. Their gauntness reminds me of my mother, and I stare at them. Glinda is different. Glinda is just as thin as the older women, but with a full face and with punk-dyed hair. blonde roots with black coloring, which is always fading in places. Her eyes are sharp, her torn jeans and tattered jacket covered in patches she probably sewed on herself. The stitching is jagged. The band names are unknown to me. The causes are militant and useless. I sit in my own chair and wonder once again why I am the only boy. Glinda has told me to shut up every time we come here. I have yet to say a word. Glinda is not one to cross. I know this. I know this because she has made it clear. I know this because she is my sister. I know this because she has proven it time and again with our mother. I've learned how to defend myself because of Glinda. I've learned who to hide behind. Cassie Smith? The overweight and angry-looking secretary behind the thick glass calls the name through the round opening in front of her. The clinic is secured like some kind of bank. The secretary's skin is a dark mocha, but all I see is black. I've been told by my mother to fear black, that black can hurt you and mess up your life. Glinda does not believe this. I am a conflicted child. A girl who looks no more than 15 gets up shakily and approaches the secretary's window. Glinda looks up, her eyes suddenly sharp. "Don't move," she whispers angrily to me as she rises and moves quickly, darting to the window. In an instant she has positioned herself in front of the frightened girl, facing the black secretary. "I was here first," she says. Gritted teeth, angry eyes, a taunt face. I cannot see her face, but I know her face. "Miss, please go sit back down." "Listen, Gladys, I've been waiting longer than her. I've been waiting more than her. She's not going in before me. What kind of a goddamn place is this?" "Glinda, is it?" The secretary has consulted a piece of paper on her desk. "You know it is. Gladys, don't let her go before me. I have things to do. I have things to figure out. You let me the hell in there first." "Glinda, go sit down and let Miss Smith get to the window. She has an appointment with the doctor." "I don't fucking care who she has an appointment with." The voice rises, the tone gravels out. There is no shrill girliness to her voice. There is abject anger and frustration. "Glinda, do us both a favor and go, not fucking care, over in your own seat. I'm not dealing with your crap today. The doctor will see you when it's your turn. Do you understand?" Gladys knows Glinda. Glinda knows Gladys. So long professionalism. Hello tag team matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, in this corner. Cunt. Not nice. Gladys watches as Glinda slams her hand into her pockets and trudges back to her seat beside me. Then she begins to talk in a quieter voice to the girl, who now looks twice as frightened. "That woman is a stupid bitch." "But you say that every—" Inevitably, I am unable to finish my sentence. Glinda whirls with the speed and fury of a tornado. "I thought I told you not to speak when we're here. I thought I told you that bringing you with me was my way of getting you out of the damn house and away from that beast we have as a mother. Do you remember any of that?" I nod. "Good. Now shut up and let me—" "Glinda Mendel?" "Mendax." She stands up, grabbing my hand and dragging me along to the black secretary. Anyone looking would recognize cowardice, even in a 9-year-old. "See, Glinda? That wasn't much of a wait, now was it, dear?" "Just tell me what room, Gladys." "Hi, sweetie." Gladys ignores Glinda and looks at me. I am scared. I am frightened. I am suddenly aware of everything my mother has ever told me. I find myself wondering what it feels like to be eaten by a wild animal. I say nothing. Gladys slowly returns her gaze to my sister. "Exam room 4. Dr. Huntley will be in there shortly. Just verify your birthday for me before you head back. November 12th, 1969. Then to me, "Come on, let's get this over with."